Welcome back to another video. So we actually have a lot of big news that's happening this week. First, tomorrow, the Senate will be back in Washington and hopefully they'll be getting something done. On Tuesday, this is going to be a big day, and this is what I think the next 2 weeks are going to kind of surround soon after. What I can tell you though is when this data comes out, this is going to impact whether we see more talks of additional infrastructure and stimulus, or it actually comes down and we see that moderates are getting their wish where we see less spending. So we're going to see a lot of stuff happening there. Also, on Wednesday, again, I told you big week. On Wednesday, we're going to see, they're supposed to, the Senate is supposed, or Senator Schumer and Senator Sanders are supposed to have the finalized text of the $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. Now, whether this happens or not, honestly, I don't know. I am expecting we are going to see some delays there because we're already seeing some pushback, but I am expecting we're going to see the majority of the legislative text submitted by the deadline, which is September 15th. That is this coming Wednesday. Now, here's what I can tell you. When the CPI data comes out, first off, okay, there's going to be a lot of people looking at this data because it's going to help them make money in the stock market. Okay, and so at the end of this video, I'm actually going to give you one of the stocks I am looking at right now that I do personally own and I do actively trade because I have a feeling it's going to go down in price. You can pick it up and make an easy 25% on your money. So at the end of this video, I'll address that. But if you want to get into stocks, you want to start trading stocks, and you want 2 free stocks, all you got to do is go and open up a Webull account. I'll put a link down in the description box below. Go and open it up, deposit $100, and you get 2 free stocks, I believe valued up to $1,800. So go and check that out. Now, here's what we know. If the CPI data comes out and it shows that we're seeing inflation, okay, or we're not seeing inflation and that it is transitory, that is actually good. This means the Federal Reserve, they most likely will not taper their bond buying powers over September, even October. It probably won't happen until sometime in November. Okay, just keep that in mind. And this means that we have a little bit of room. We have some wiggle room. We have some leverage here. Senator Bernie Sanders and progressives, okay, they will actually have more room to negotiate with moderates if we see that inflation is transitory. It's not just going up. It went up, it peaked, and now it's starting to come back down or stay level. That's what we want to see. What I can tell you though, things right now, it could go the other way. It honestly could go the other way, and we could see inflation just keep going up and up and up. That's what some people are predicting. Now, this would actually provide Senator Joe Manchin and moderates more leverage there, and that would actually allow them to lower the cost of that $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. But just to give you an idea, Democrats are not in favor of lowering the price. Even some moderates aren't in favor of lowering the price, but they want to be very restrictive as to who gets what benefit. And one of the big ones is the child tax credit payments. This is something that multiple moderates are opposing because of the way it's written, the text, the verbiage. And again, the devil is in the details. We've heard that multiple times from many lawmakers, and it's true. The details of how this money is laid out and distributed, that's what's going to indicate whether many Democrats are going to oppose this or support it. But again, we should have more information on that very soon. Now, what I can tell you, we do not want to see higher inflation. There's multiple reasons for that, obvious reasons. But if you own homes, you have real estate, you own assets, stocks, businesses, things like that, right? A true asset, inflation is a good thing. Inflation will help you, make more money, grow your wealth. But if you don't have stocks, real estate, businesses, inflation is just going to hurt you. Inflation is going to allow or not allow your money to go as far. One of the things I can tell you is that right now, many industries are not seeing a wage increase. So when we see wages are stagnant, but yet We see inflation of products, right? The prices are going up and up and up. The problem there is you got your wages here, you got the products here. The problem is there's that gap here. You cannot afford what you used to be able to afford last year. And that's just in 1 year, right? Rents. Just to give you an idea, rents in 2017, 18, and 19 went up about 3.3% on average. Well, in 2020, it went up, I believe, 11.4%. And in 2021, we're going to see it go up again. In 2022, experts are saying it will go up most likely close to 10%. So if you are a renter, you are going to get screwed. Okay, you are going to get screwed. But this is where some other stuff comes into play. Let me bring this to your attention. Okay? Again, there's a lot of bad news going out there right now. Again, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I told you guys from the very beginning that I'm here to just provide the facts and the updates of what we are currently seeing. And this is what we're seeing. Senator Joe Manchin today stated that he supports President Biden's child tax credit payments. But he wants other lawmakers to understand that by providing money to people that don't want to provide for themselves, that don't want to get better at their career or job or skills, it's not the right way to go. He says, and I quote, "You want to help the children and the parents that are basically providing for those children. There's no work requirements whatsoever. There's no education requirements whatsoever for better skill sets. Don't you think if we're going to help the children, that the people should make some effort?" So he's pretty much saying, if we are going to help the children, shouldn't the parents be making an effort to provide for those children as well? Whether it's through a better education for themselves or going to get a job. He is adamant about parents doing their part to keep their children out of poverty. Whether that means they are going to school and trying to have a better education, or they're going and getting a job and just putting money in their pocket to then put food on the table, keep a roof over their head. Joe Manchin doesn't want the child tax credit extension to turn into just another form of universal basic income. However, Republicans are already fighting this, saying it is universal basic income. And I agree, it is universal basic income. That's essentially what it is. But Joe Manchin is not the only one that is using his power at this point to push back against this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. Some are actually saying it's not enough. We need to do better. Well, here's what we know. Senator Mark Warner, he is threatening to vote against the $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill as it stands today because, and this is according to Axios, Axios is reporting that Senator Warner wants to see more money added to housing assistance in order to close the gap in the current House bill. That's what he wants, more money to housing assistance. First off, yes, we do need more assistance for housing. Housing prices are insane. And again, going back to 3.3% increase in rent from 17, 18, 19, and then 2022, it jumps 11.4%. That's insane. Those numbers are insane. And we can't withstand that over the next year or two. If that happens, many people will be priced out of the market, couldn't even rent a house. They would not be able to even rent a house. And one of the reasons why rents are going up so much is because, and they say, and again, experts are telling us they're going to continue to rise because of this. Because many people realized when they lost their jobs, lost their benefits, and had to move in with their friends or family, okay, they did what they had to do, and I applaud those people. Here's the problem. And again, it's not really a problem per se, but it creates more demand than supply. What's happening now is all those people that moved into the homes with their friends and family are now trying to get back out on their own. They got their job back. They're doing good, but they want to be, out on their own, right? Be an adult. Well, they go out, find an apartment, and you got all these people looking for apartments at the exact same time. Problem there is, well, we only got, 3 apartments, but we got 10 people looking. Oh, well, maybe the best thing to do is just increase our rents because our demand is higher than our supply. Well, that's what's happening all across the country. So what I can tell you is rents are going to keep going up. But here's what Senator Mark Warner had to say, and I quote, "As currently written, the proposal falls short." He goes on to state, "I will be working in the Senate to make the American dream of home ownership and wealth creation more accessible to historically disadvantaged communities." That's what he said. He wants to make the American dream of home ownership and wealth creation more accessible. Here's what I can tell you about that. This is one of the reasons why many lawmakers are pushing to get another stimulus check, to get more rental assistance, more nutrition assistance, more assistance, just basic assistance out to the American people, because they say over the past year, the average American has fallen into debt, doesn't have savings, they don't have assets. That's turning into a problem. How can we have wealth creation for future generations if we cannot do that ourselves? How? It's not possible. This is also one of the reasons why there's a handful of representatives that are currently pushing a savings bill. They want to see the American people save more by requiring employers to have some type of program, whether it's a Roth IRA, a 401k, or something. They want to require people put so much money into savings and even increase the savers credit. That's what we're seeing. But while we're on this topic, okay, of stimulus checks and additional assistance, is it coming? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I hope it does, because I know millions of Americans have fallen on hard times because of losing their job, because of being behind on rent. Many people are going to take years to get back on their feet. And so a stimulus check, according to multiple economists, is needed, and it has been needed for the past 5 months. So I don't know if one's coming, but if it does, I promise I'll be one of the first ones to tell you when it's coming, how much it's going to be for, who's going to get it, and what we're going to see because of it. Now, while we're on this topic of savings and stimulus and money, I told you guys I would tell you one of the stocks that I'm currently watching. I think right now is a great time to get into investing because of inflation. One of the problems is if you put, let's say, $100 into the bank, but yet prices keep going up. Let's say $100 used to buy you $100 worth of groceries. Well, tomorrow that $100 might only buy you $99.75 worth of groceries. I don't know if inflation's going up that much, but just to give you an idea. So the problem is, after a month, after a year, that $100 that used to buy you $100 worth of groceries, that $100 is only going to buy you, let's say, about $95 worth of groceries. Again, we're going to see what the CPI data comes out and looks like on Tuesday, but I can tell you right now, it's not going to be great. It might hit expectations, might beat expectations, but at the same time, we're going to see somewhat of inflation. So this is why stocks and real estate is a great idea. Now remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, I do own this stock, and I recommend that if you do invest in it or any stock out there, only invest money that you do not need and you can risk losing. For whatever event, let's say everything just goes completely upside down, you would not be hurt because of this. It would be tough, but it's not like you're using this money to put food on the table today. So the one stock that I'm looking at right now, it's called Matterport. Now, Matterport's a company, I think it's a revolutionary company, revolutionary software. This is a great company. I've been investing in them ever since they're actually Gore's Holding, it's a SPAC. So I'm not going to get into that. If you know what it is, great. If not, you don't really got to worry about it. But one thing I can tell you is Matterport deals with 3D scans, and it's mostly used in I believe it's real estate, some commercial buildings, things like that. But it has the software. It could easily be used for automotive sales, to do scans of the outside and inside of a vehicle, used for trailers, right? If you're selling a trailer, it could be used for really anything, airlines, insurance, construction. This thing is applicable in many different facets. So I really like this. I think this will be great. Currently, the stock is sitting, I believe, at $18.70, and it could actually run up over the next couple of weeks. But my expectation is, and we've seen this for the past 6 months with the stock, I'd say 3 to 4 months maybe. But this stock continues to run up to the $17, $18 range and drops back down to the $14 to $15 range. Now, what I'm expecting, just looking at the charts, is I expect it's going to pull back somewhere in the 14 to 14.25 cent range. When it does, I'm going to start buying in about $15. So once it gets under $15, I'm going to start buying in. Okay, it might only be a few thousand shares, or a few $1,000s worth of shares 1 week, maybe a few thousand the next week, and so on and so forth. But here's the thing: if you just put in $100, and again, go and open up a free Webull account. Again, I'm gonna put the link down in the description box below. Go and open an account, deposit $100, and when you do, they're gonna give you 2 free stocks. Hold those for a little bit. I think it's like 7 days, then sell them, take that money, and then reinvest that back into whatever stock you want. If you want to buy Matterport, do it. Okay? But here's the thing. Now, I'm not guaranteeing they're going to go down to $15, and I'm not guaranteeing they're going to jump up to 17, 18. But history has shown that's what this stock does. So, if you were to invest just $100 into this stock, and again, on Webull, you do not have to buy full shares, okay? You don't have to buy full shares. You can buy based off of your dollar amount. So what I recommend you do, put in $100. Go and buy $100 worth of this stock or any stock. And if Matterport decides, hey, yeah, I'm going to buy in at $14.25 and I'm going to sell when it gets up to the $17, $18 range, you could easily make a 25% return on your money. And this could come very quickly, possibly within a week or two. 25% in 1 to 2 weeks is pretty good. Now, again, I'm no financial advisor. Okay, I am just giving you what I am currently looking at. These are points where I am addressing the stock. Anything under 15, I'm going to buy in. If it drops under $14, I'm going to buy in even heavier. If it were to drop in under $13, whoa, this is on sale, I'm going to buy even more. And then when it reaches that $18 mark, that $17.50 to $18 mark, I'm going to start to sell. $17.50, I'll sell a little bit. I'll sell 10, 15%. It gets up $17.75, yeah, another 10, 15%. Oh, $18, yeah, I'm going to sell another 10 to 15% of my holdings. And I'm going to keep doing it till it goes up and I run out of shares. But again, that's just my strategy. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight as to what I'm looking at. If you want to invest, great. If not, I completely understand. Some people just don't have money or just don't feel like investing in stocks. And that's no big deal. That is no big deal. You do you. You know your financial situation better than anybody else, so you make that decision. But again, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I just want to provide this little update on what Senator Joe Manchin is doing and saying, what Senator Mark Warner said regarding this housing assistance. Again, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.